Okay, hello, I'm back. House of the Dragon, episode 2. I am pleasantly surprised to say that I am starting to like the show. I think a lot of other people are too, even though, the first episode was definitely how do I even explain this? It was. eh, not the maybe the best introduction because it didn't garner much interest within the Game of Thrones community, even though the show's been buzzing around for a while now, and just the way Game of Thrones has ended and the way it was portrayed in the media and how everything's going around there. It seems the show's trying to pick up a bit of speed, and I like it. Everything, again, just like the first episode, is flowing smoothly. I'm starting to now like a few characters. Things seem to be happening, and things are going on to. It's garnering more interest, and I like it. I didn't really talk about much about the first episode, other than yes, it all worked correctly. It all flowed correctly. I mean, generally that episode was good. Maybe it wasn't fantastic. Like if I was gonna compare it to the first episode of Game of Thrones, I did rewatch it. I wanted to do a comparison of both of those episodes. I believe Game of Thrones first episode was better. There were just so many more characters you could latch onto in the first episode. You had Tyrion, you had King Robert, you had Ned Stark, you had Jon, you had even Robb, just almost everybody. That whole episode was just like a brilliant start or setup to the series as a whole. This show didn't really didn't do that. Obviously, Game of Thrones is a character drama, so there needs to be more characters that you can be invested in, that allow you to watch the show and be happy about what you're watching. Not just the plot, but the plot is also important. But characters are like a huge thing anyway. So I'm happy to say that Prince Damon here is probably my favorite character. Let me just get him back on screen. Let me also mute this so I don't get a copytisms. I don't want copytisms. Where are you? Where are you, Damon? We'll find him later. Anyway, he's obviously the best character I think in the show so far. Not. I think another thing that's hamping down maybe this show's whole. There's not a lot of star power. Um, let's Sean Bean, right? He had a huge amount of star power for the first series. Immediately, everybody loves Sean Bean, right? He's a good actor for sure. All the acting in this show is good, but there's not a lot of star power per se. Not a lot of maybe actors that are can swim with the big fishes, except for Prince Damon. And I think that reflects his character too. He's clearly this ambitious person with a lot going on underneath, and he's doing a lot of bluffing in this episode. I should talk about the episode. Obviously, the the pacing is going really fast, I think, and at the same time it's kind of slow. Game of Thrones does this, where a lot of things happen. Not a lot of things are happening though, technically on screen. There's a lot of build up into what the main purpose of the show is or what this season is. So it's really slow. We're in the setup stage of the show, and that's fine. This is the point introducing our characters. All right, Prince Damon, our high end characters. We get King Viserys, um, Rhaenyra, here Otto Hightower, the Hand. We're just getting introduced to our main characters, and what they're all about. I especially like Otto Hightower. He seems like the Tywin of the show. Let me get him back on screen again if I can. He's somewhere right here. I'm trying to avoid copytisms. There we go. I got. He was right there. All right. He's definitely the Tywin of our character group now. We definitely need that for the show, to go forward. We need a smart character who's intentionally creating moves that disparage other characters because he's trying to gain power within the system of the Targaryens, and that's very good. We need that. We can't. Problem is we don't want a repeat of season 7 or 8 where character assassination starts like really happening in, right? Like the death of Littlefinger, the death of Varys, the Spider, and how the death of Tyrion too. He didn't actually die; they destroyed him anyway. The death of Jon. That's what I'm really worried about. So just the series going forward. I'm sure a lot of other people are too. But I'm pleasantly surprised. My general thought. I'm sorry if I'm rambling. I'm just stating my general thoughts about the show. I do believe it's getting better. I'm more interested. I wish I was more interested though, because I'm not supremely attached to anyone yet, other than maybe Prince Daemon or Otto Hightower. They're so far the best characters in the show. Queen or Princess Ramirez, or if I'm saying her Ramirez, if I'm saying her name right, I like her. She's not bad. She's definitely like a Daenerys in the making. I think the show is trying to like get at that as well. Uh, that she's this ambitious girl living in a world where um, kings are the norm and not queens. So she has to navigate around that world. That's all right. I like Alicent. Really, Alicent is sort of a she's not much to talk about. She's being manipulated by like the people around her, especially her father, just to like gain power in the system of the Targaryens, and that's basically her story. I now realize that this show is going to be skipping a lot through time. Like from the first episode to the second episode is 6 months. So that's a lot of time that we just kind of skip by. Without a lot going on, we get good exposition about what happened in that time period. Um, Prince Damon, instead of going to the Vale where he's supposed to go, where his wife is, he actually goes to Dragonstone. And now this is he's starting. We're starting out the plot of Prince Damon's rebellion, I believe, against the crown, and like his fight between the other Targaryens because he wants to be king. I like in this episode that Prince Daemon basically did this whole bluff, like, oh, here's my dragon egg. I wasn't actually gonna kill you all. My wife here is not pregnant. We find that out at the end of the episode, and we find out at the end of the episode that the how House of Valerion wants to side with Prince Daemon because Viserys Targaryen didn't want to fuck his daughter and would rather fuck Otto Hightower's daughter because instead of being 10 she's 17. It's like, all right, and now they're gonna like it's this whole thing. I like it. I can see where it's going. It's flowing very smoothly. Everything's being done correctly. I like it. I like the interactions between characters. There's gonna be bigger plot points. I'm sure they're gonna happen throughout the season. I also find it like super funny, like how let's get to it. It's right around here. I think so. Anyway, yeah, right around here. His daughter. They're having this like super uncomfortable conversation. He is. The king is with this like 12-year-old little girl. Like, yeah, in maybe 2 years, I'm gonna have to bed you. Oh my god. And I'm glad that our king is like, this maybe isn't right, and decides to like he has some sort of connection with Alicent, which is more important to him than maybe joining the houses with House Valerion and making this like very strong house together, allies, and to defeat their enemies. And that's good. There's a lot of actions have consequences. The action of not marrying House Valerion's daughter now brings up the consequence of Prince Daemon and House Valerion teaming up to destroy House Targaryen. See, this is what old Game of Thrones was, right? Like actions for consequences. The Red Wedding. Robb, instead of marrying House Frey's daughter, he married an outsider from whatever Essos. And then, bam! Now we're killing you. We're teaming up with the Lannisters because you lied to me. Your actions have consequences. This was like bread and butter of Game of Thrones. In fact, they're in the betrayal garden right now. the Another meme of Game of Thrones, how all these like plot significance would happen in the garden and betrayals, and it's just hilarious, right? That's back. I love it all. Like I haven't really talked about the episode really. I want to summarize it at least a little bit. again. So Prince Daemon didn't go to the Vale. They're having trouble there. He's in Dragonstone. He has his army now of the Gold Cloaks. He's gaining power. He has his dragons. He has a dragon egg. He doesn't have a kid yet, but that's okay. In this whole mess, King Viserys is trying to find another heir, even though he has heired. He has named Rhaenyra as his heir after his death. But in the instance that it is still his duty to create an heir. So if he does have the ability to create a son, he has to. Which is why he's still trying to find a wife of sorts. And that's happening now. Um, what else? I like that whole aspect of the show. Even though that Viserys, like, he has some sort of, like, cancer on his body. It's not known. I'm not sure if it's dragon scale. It might be dragon scale. It might be just be like some weird, I don't know, venereal disease, I guess, on the skin for him. He doesn't have a lot of time left. And I'm guessing the next episode will reflect that. Anyway, the whole thing goes down with like House Valerian. Yeah, marry our daughter. We can join our houses like we did in the old days and create a stronger house. Meanwhile, while this is happening, Westeros is being attacked by the Crabber. He is in the very beginning of the episode. This mysterious Crabber person from Essos. He kills people with crabs. I know nothing about him. um, and this is not a good thing. So the potential of like the severity of what's happening in the kingdom is huge. People are I'm guessing in the future like Essos is gonna get attacked. They're gonna get attacked from Prince Daemon and House Valerian. They're gonna join House. There's a whole mess is starting, and this is like the thing. Like during peace times, the violenceness rises up, right? And then it happens. The bad stuff. Look at this scene. It's so gory. Just crabs eating this man. It's fucking disgusting, right? Oh my god. Conversation happens, and then we get to here we go, Prince Daemon's scene. Otto Hightower's like, hey, we gotta rein you in. Prince Daemon invites the king to his wedding. King's like, maybe not, and he's maybe sort of being manipulated. The king by um Otto Hightower and as well as the Maesters. Again, this is why I like Otto. He is the Lannister of the group. He is the Tywin. He is manipulating people and he's taking advantage of the king. The king is a nice person. He's not a mad Targaryen. He wants to do right for the realm. I think the people of the realm, they respect the king because he is a good person. He's trying to do right by them. Almost like Robert, how but no, not in that sense. Robert was like sort of a fool. He wasn't meant to be king. He was just strong. King Viserys is just kind, maybe a pushover, and that being a pushover is what's causing this trouble because he's not particularly strong. He's it's all this character introspection and complexity all coming together in like one act of creating this like problem for everyone. It's great. I love it all. I would like to see more. I do want to see more. I wish I wish that maybe I have to there were more characters to latch onto other than Prince Daemon here and Otto Hightower. I forget the actor. I forget his name. He was obviously in Morpheus doing the fucking dance scene. That is him. He's Doctor Who as well. That's right. That's also where I remember him. He was a Doctor Who. I can't remember which one though. I haven't watched all the Doctor Who's, but I remember him as one. I forget his name. He's a really good actor. I mean, props to him. I think he might be one of the best actors on the show, honestly. And then we're at this point. Basically, Rhaenyra comes in and calls his bluff to like kill everyone with her, and she comes in with her dragon. Like, oh, well, we're fine. A lot of people were saying for the first episode there was some sort of like uh, lesbian connection with her and Allison. I don't know about that. I was catching more of a ooh Prince Damon And I thought they were like the old Targaryen incest day. Like maybe they had a weird connection, uncle and niece. It was getting a little weird, right, boys? It's always a little weird in Game of Thrones, always. Well, also, if you're wondering what this is, fucking, this is what you get for pirate sites. You get like weird French or whatever dubbing, and the scenes when they're speaking Valyrian, I have no idea what they're saying. I should say that there's context of the show that I I I just haven't seen yet because I don't have. I'm not gonna fucking pay for HBO Max. I should, but I'm not. So I'll have to. I don't know. I'll look up those lines on YouTube. There is context of like dialogue that I'm missing. Anyway, that's basically the episode, and then we get to because the Targaryens they Viserys he didn't choose his daughter. He chose Otto Hightower's daughter. Oh, now again, actions have consequences. Now because of that, he's House Valerion is slighted. They're going to be working with Prince Daemon, it seems, and they're going to come together. They're going to make some plans. Uh, who knows what those plans are going to amount to? Because we're going to get a severe time skip. Having a severe time skip can definitely muddle the plot. There's going to be information that they're going to have to explain. Like what happened in between this time skip, all these deets. There's gonna be a lot of exposition, I think. I'm hoping that they don't like fuck that up. That would be bad in terms of like the writing perspective of the show. Just thinking about it. Pause again, all right? Because I'm gonna get more copytisms. I don't want copytisms. um, I think I made my point is clear. I'm increasingly more interested about watching the show now. I don't think it's lived up to Game of Thrones season 1 yet. We haven't gotten there. We need still there's more time to see, right? A lot more. We need a lot more time. We're going to get it though. I enjoy it. I believe it's okay. um it's again, this is just we're getting the foundations of the show right now. The first two episodes. I'm assuming the third episode is gonna be like that too, before some like real shit starts to happen. This is just the foundation, the setup. It's all working good. Hopefully, they don't fuck up like the ending execution. It, it, if they want another season, right? If they want more Game of Thrones spin-offs, they really need to HBO has to nail this show. It really does. If they want like a King Robert Rebellion spin-off, if they want like the Arya Stark spin-off that got like thrown around rumor-wise, if they want even before then, like the Fist of the First Man spin-off or something like that, like the children in the beginning of the White Walkers, that would be cool. If they had infinite money to do whatever they want with this show and all other spin-offs, they could go it. They need to nail this. This has to be as good as, if not better than the original. It has to. It can't. People won't settle anything for less, right? It has to make up that money and more, and that's reality. That's the deadline. I said that in the last review or discussion. That really is what needs to happen. I don't think it can get there, in personally, but we'll see. The show isn't over yet. I'm interested for more. Yeah. So thank you for watching. Hope you guys have a good day, and see ya.